Madballs! 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 That was pretty much the commercial that I just saw for Madballs. One of the old ads for Madballs. Yeah, I decided to dig up my old Madballs. And there's a reason for that. And we'll get into that in a little bit. Madballs are kind of an unusual toy. They don't really do anything. They're just kind of ugly, gross faces that they used to sell, and people loved them. I don't know why. I like them, and I'm not really sure why. I guess it's just a design thing. But yeah, I got my old Madballs out. We're going to take a look at them. Got quite a few of them. I don't have as many as I used to. Some of them, sadly, fell apart over the years and I had to get rid of them. But I'll show you the ones that were able to survive the test of time. And I got a couple of unusual ones in here too. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. There they are, the Madballs, the surviving Madballs. Let's start with the big guy here. This was part of a series of sports balls they had. I think there was 3 of these. There's a football guy here. There was a basketball and a soccer ball, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what's cool about this guy is that he actually functions as a real football. I remember tossing him around and playing catch with him with some of my friends. Although the problem was this bit right here. This is very, very blunt. Like, I think more blunt than a normal football, and it would hurt when it hit you. Yeah, I really like the detail on a lot of these guys. Like, look at that. He's got one eye open. He's got one eye infected with something. Eye infection seems to be a running theme with Madballs, but we'll get into that as we go along. Now, one thing I really do like about Madballs, especially now as a toy collector, is they all have their names on them. Touchdown Terror. That's this guy right here. And you ever have that problem where you find like old action figures and you're really trying to identify them? You go online and you have to do research on eBay and various blog posts about different action figure lines. You can never find it. But with Madballs, they give you the names, so at least you know what they're called. You don't have to go looking it up. I really wish more action figures would do that. But you got Madballs doing it. But yeah, the Super Madballs, I believe that was the line. Yeah, he was the only one I ever had, but he's really cool. It's a good little thing to take to football practice, if you're into that. This is appropriate because I'm actually filming this on Super Bowl Sunday. And we might as well keep with the theme of football players. Let's get this guy out right here. Yeah, again, eye infections are kind of a running gag in the world of Madballs. And unlike the football guy, this isn't printed on as well. It's kind of embossed into the foam. Freaky fullback. There it is. I had to wait for the camera to adjust. Yeah, so here's your Madballs. They're some of these have held up very well. They're still pretty soft. Basically, they're just foam that's been molded into all these sometimes very intricate shapes. And they're covered in, I assume, to be some kind of latex paint. It wasn't the most perfect method of molding, though, but you'll see in a minute. But yeah, I think this one's alright. It's not one of my favorites, but kind of gives you an idea of what the Madballs line was all about. He's got cracks in his skull, he's got stitches, he's got a bug eye, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's one of my favorites. This is, I don't need to look at the back of him, I know who his name is. Screaming Mimi, that's his name. He obviously is a baseball. You see there, see the name on the back there. 1985, made in Taiwan. Good. He's a little dirty. I'm actually not sure if that's just how he was or if that's just dirt that accumulated over time. I'm pretty sure it was a lot cleaner when it was new. But yeah, I don't know what it is about this one, but he's one of my favorites. He's, I think he was the face of the brand too, which was Very good. He's one of the less gross ones, which is surprising. But yeah, I like him a lot. I think it's just the expression on his face. The other one that you saw a lot was this guy right here. This is Hornhead, who does not have the most original name ever, but we still like him. Yeah, it was either him or Screaming Mimi that were the faces of the brand. I think more so with him. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about this guy. He's got a little thing on his eye there. I don't know if that's there or if that had been put there over time. And you can see a little bit of wear on this guy. He's got little things. The foam is starting to expose itself. I don't know if that was an imperfection or if that was just damage, but anyway, yeah, like him too. Not the most interesting, but he's all right. Let's go with this one right here. This is, let's see if I can remember his name. Bash Brain, I believe. Where's the, let's see. Craggy Head? Craggy Head. No, never, or Crackhead. Crackhead? Seriously? Yeah, that says Crackhead. Okay, let's move on. This was one of the more disturbing ones. I don't know what it was with the 80s, but we just loved creepy, gross, just bizarre stuff like this. It was like stuff like this that was Garbage Pail Kids and just all kinds of gross monster creatures that we just loved them, and they still have quite an appeal today. And there you can see a little imperfection on him. He's got a hole right there in his nose, and as you can see back here, like I said before, it wasn't the most perfect method of creating these, because these are not tears. These are actual imperfections that were on here when this was new, and I believe they were just covered with paint, and over time the paint just kind of fell off and it exposed all these little craters on them. Not too bad though. Looks good. It's very orange, very neon orange, and you can see he has exposed brains. See if we can make him feel things if we touch different areas. All right, let's move along. Then we got this guy who is. I'm actually gonna see if I can remember some of the names here. Okay, I don't remember his name. Let's see. Let's check the back here. Looking through the viewfinder. Bruise Brother. Oh, very nice. Very nice play on words there. I think he's also supposed to be a football player or something. Maybe a pirate. He's got an eye patch. Again, he's got nasty goop coming out of his eye patch there. So yeah, once again, eye infections. Very disturbing, especially for me, considering I was recovering from an eye infection a couple weeks ago. So yeah, this is rather disturbing. A lot of nice little details on his head. I guess he is a pirate. He's got that on him. Those cuts. The cuts, interestingly enough, look like they're open wounds, which means that whatever happened to him went through his helmet and sliced his head open. So yeah. It's kind of gross. He's got infected stitching and missing teeth, and just everything about him is unpleasant. But alright, so let's move on. Here's one of my other favorites. This is Oculus Orbis. He is just a floating eyeball. And that's really about it. As you can see, he's got a little tear in his cornea. This is what we call an unintentional eye injury, unlike some of the rest of these guys. There you can see he also has some imperfections on his back. A little bit of paint wear too. I think like this and this right here are where the foam didn't quite mold properly, and I believe the rest is just from, over time the paint does kind of come off. But he is one of my favorites, just because he's just an eye. And just something kind of cool about the simplicity of that. Oh, no, he fell. No, he's on the floor. Man, keeping up with the theme of me dropping things in these videos. Alright, moving along. Let's go with this one right here. This is Dust Brain, who is some kind of a mummy. And as you can see, once again, a lot of craters in this one. Now, what's interesting about this one is there was also a Madballs cartoon, or rather a single standalone episode that I believe they wanted to use as a pilot for a series. And for some reason in the cartoon, they made Dustbrain a female. I don't know if Dustbrain was always intended to be a female, but it was kind of unusual seeing that. I don't know. It just seemed kind of strange to me. I don't look at this and think female. But let's just say Dustbrain is a female. So one of the only females in the Madballs line. So there you go. I think there was one other one. And it was one that I used to have too. It was called Snakebait. I believe it kind of looked like a Medusa with snakes all over it. Unfortunately, that was one that kind of didn't make it though. But whatever, we still got you and your beautifully kissable face. Ugh. All right, moving on. Let's go with this guy right here. This one also doesn't have a very creative name. Is Lock Lips, I believe his name is. And oh my gosh, wow, that is a big imperfection right there. Let's see, read his name. Yep, Lock Lips. Got a big metal plate over his eye. Got a lock on the front of his lips, but the rest is exposed. So it's not like they're keeping him quiet or anything. Got all kinds of nasty green splotches on him. Got more wounds. Look at this. Look at that. That actually he had a metal plate covering whatever happened to him there, and it went all the way to his eye. Jesus Christ. What happened to these poor guys? Was there some kind of war on their planet and they just got cut up? And geez. Yeah, I don't really know what the logic behind a lot of this is, but it's cool design, at least. You know, again, they don't really do a whole lot, but you know, you put them on your shelf if you want something gross and weird on your shelf. Let's look at this guy. This guy, I don't remember his name. Let's see if we can read it here. Splitting Headache. Ooh. I think I remember him from the comic, because there was a Madballs comic. I think they had a crossover with Care Bears too, which was very unusual, even though actually it was the same company that owned them. But yeah, I believe I remember seeing this guy in the comic, and his head actually separates, and I think they both had like different personalities. But I like how he's not like perfectly symmetrical too. It seems the green is more dominant on his body than I don't really know what to call it. His head, or his whatever it is. I don't pretend to know the anatomy of a Madball. All right, it's not to be overthought, but yeah, it seems like the green is just more dominant, and also the fleshy area does not have a nose, which is unusual. Actually, it looks like Actually, no. I just realized what's going on here. This is his skin, and this is just the skin coming off, which means that this is just his skull. Which is the more you look at this, the more disturbing it gets. Oh boy! All right, moving along. This one, something to do with a pig. I'm gonna say swine face or something. Let's see what his thing says. Swine sucker. I was close. He is a pig with 2 different colored eyes and all kinds of nasty green stuff all over him. Man, these things are disgusting. Good thing they're just foam. Otherwise, I'd have to wear gloves. Yeah, he's alright. Again, he's not one of my favorites, but I like him. Let's see here. This one, I believe this one here was a much later release, because you don't really see him among, you know, the usual ones you see, like Screaming Mimi and Oculus and Hornhead. What's his name? Shrink head. He's a shrunken head, which, given his size, seems to be pretty accurate to what you'd expect of a shrunken head. Very zombie-like. I like how he has, like, he's, like, looking upwards, and he's got this kind of gormless expression. It seems to have some rotting flesh thing going on here. Yeah, very nice. I kind of like the design of this one. This one I'd say is underappreciated. All right. And then we got this guy, who is just a hand with an eyeball inside of it, and what appears to be a face right there. This is weird as heck. What's your name? Fist face. And there's the fist face right there. This one is probably the most unusual of them, because they're all supposed to be heads. This guy's a hand with an eyeball that he's just kind of squeezing. I always like to assume that this was like Oculus Orbis's arch nemesis or something, because it just seemed like maybe that was his other eye or something. And they're like mortal enemies, although the eye here would be very small. I'm overthinking this. I'm going to put these down now. Okay, so those were the official Madballs. As you can see, there's still a couple left in here. What I have left in this bin are bootleg Madballs. Yes, I don't remember where these came from, but they've always been with my collection here. They do kind of resemble some of them. There was a Madball named Arg. Yeah, he was a blue guy, and he kind of looked like this one. Let's take a closer look at this. No name on them. Let's see if I can find a company. Made in Taiwan. No company on listed on here. The big difference with this and a regular Madball, as you can see, these were made of foam. They're basically just hard foam. These guys, solid plastic. Well, not solid plastic because they were, they were inflatable, but they're just like a vinyl instead of foam, which would last a lot longer than the foam, and you don't have to worry about getting any imperfections or anything. But to the untrained eye, it could just be just an offbeat Madball character. So that one's cool. And I got this one, who is some kind of mummy with fangs. It's a vampire mummy. Let's pretend this is Dustbrain's boyfriend or something. Although this one actually seems more feminine, so I don't know. It's up to you to decide. Not really a whole lot to say about this one. It looks okay, but it's kind of cheaply done. Like these sprays, little sprays of paint there, are just kind of arbitrary. Maybe he's supposed to be like some kind of injury. He has some kind of injury. He's just bandaged. Maybe he's not a mummy. He's just really, really hurt, and he has fangs for some reason. Whatever. It's strange. And then we got this guy, who is a pirate, who I believe is supposed to be kind of a bootleg of Bruise Brother here. This one's different than the other ones because with these guys right here, they had a valve on the back. This guy has it on the bottom. So I'm going to assume this is some different company that bootlegged this. Let's have a close look here. Made in Taiwan. It does have some kind of company mark right there. Let's see. Hong TU? I don't know what that is. I don't really know much about this. They just kind of... I don't know where I got these. They've just been with my Madballs this whole time. Probably just something my grandma picked up or something, thinking that they were Madballs. But whatever. They work well alongside the other ones. This one seems to be kind of a softer vinyl than the other ones, but he's alright. He's missing an ear. I just realized that. Got a very prominent ear right there, and then nothing on this side. Not even like a nub or, a place where the ear would be. Oh well. Oh well, you get to stay with the other ones. And I got one more here. this is a tiny little plastic one. This, I remember we got this out of like one of those machines. You put a quarter in, and then you turn the crank, and you get a toy. Yeah. I haven't seen any others like this though. I don't know much about the bootleg Madballs, but see if we can find some kind of logo on this guy. I just noticed he has like a bat on his head. That's actually kind of cool. See, there appears to be some kind of word right there. Trog, TR something. It's a little faded, probably because this wasn't molded very well. The paint job on this is just wonderful, isn't it? But yeah, whatever. I don't really know much about this, but I guess he can stay with the others for now. So those are the Madballs I have. They're still kind of cool. I like them well enough. Certainly like the big guy here, at least. Let's put him back in there. Got to fit them all in. I should get these guys a bigger bin for this. Now, the reason why I decided to do this video is because Madballs are back! Yes! I went to Target and I saw these, and I decided to get one and just do a video about it. So yeah, they have a whole bunch of re-releases of Madballs, first edition, so I'm guessing there's going to be a whole bunch of others. Let's see here, who are we missing here? We got Skullface, who I actually did have. Unfortunately, he was one of the ones that disintegrated over time. Interesting thing about the redesign here is, you notice that he has a brain inside of his head with a very sinister looking skull. The original one was just a skull, and they kind of added this part in, which I actually kind of like. It's an interesting concept. You see Screaming Mimi, who is seems to be more joyful than usual, or more mental. You know, you decide. Oculus Orbis, who for some reason has a mouth. I kind of like the X on the eye there, but the mouth is a bit weird. I mean, it's just an eyeball with a mouth. I mean, yeah, I demand proper anatomy on my Madballs. Thank you very much. Here we have Slobulus, who was another one I had, but sadly he also disintegrated. There's Hornhead, and the Just Play logo, because they probably left off the character who this is, which is Dustbrain. So let's compare. The new Madballs are a little bit smaller, as you can see. The material is a lot softer too, and I don't remember if this was soft at one point. It could have hardened over age, I'm not sure. But it's still a little bit, it's got a little bit of give to it, but not a whole lot. This one, very soft, so, and lacking in imperfections, so obviously they've mastered the molding over time. Now, I bought Dustbrain here for a reason, because they give you a little character profile on the back. Dustbrain, 3 words: hungry, dopey, gassy. But even though Dustbrain's head is as empty as a zombie's tomb, he can brighten up anyone's day with his contagious laugh. Yeah, so they went ahead and made Dustbrain officially a male now. Oh boy, way to be progressive, Madballs. God, Tumblr will hear of this. Anyway, shouldn't have thrown back the original. The obvious difference is the new ones are a little bit more exaggerated. This one obviously goes for a little bit more, for lack of a better term, realistic look. But you can see like skin and features on the skin. This one is just eyes and a mouth with like a dark void underneath, which is, I guess, in some ways kind of creepier, but a little more humorous, I guess. And what's interesting is he has a beetle living inside of his head right now, and this one never had that. So I guess they decided to add in a few details. But, yeah, the new Madballs seem kind of cool. I'm glad they came back. They actually, they brought back Garbage Pail Kids, too, which I thought was kind of interesting. There's kind of a resurgence of a lot of different, like, offbeat 80s toys. For those of you who follow Jim Sterling, I'm a big fan of Boglin Watch. And I didn't know that they were bringing Boglins back. That was kind of interesting. Never a big Boglin fan, but it is kind of nice that the creator brought those back. And the creators of Madballs brought them back too. American Greetings, which is the company that owns Madballs. Unusual for a greeting card company to have something like this, but you'd be surprised. American Greetings actually owns quite a few things you might love, because they own Care Bears, they own Rainbow Bright, My Pet Monster, among other more obscure things that I won't bore you with. It's really nice to see Madballs make a comeback. You can get these at Target if you're interested. So yeah, those are the regular Madballs, but we're not done yet, because we got one more thing we got to look at. Blind bags! Yay, my favorite. So, I guess as part of the resurgence of Madballs, they also have blind bags I saw at Target. They also have blind boxes, too. They have bigger ones that have like you get one of the Madballs and like a stand to put it on, and you get, in the smaller ones, you get like a keychain or something. I don't know. The boxes are a little bit more expensive. These are the cheaper options, so that's why I decided to pick up a couple of them. But yeah, it was very interesting to see that Madballs actually are coming back in a kind of a big way. And you get quite a variety of ones in here. Let's see, you get Oculus Orbis, there's Swine Sucker, Lock Lips, Slobulus. There's Snakebait. Wow. They actually really changed the design for Snakebait. I think I mentioned before, it used to be like a Gorgon or a Medusa character or something. Now it's just a screaming skull inside the mouth of a snake. Buzz Off, who I actually don't remember. That might be a new one. I don't remember that Madball. Buzz Off was actually a member of Masters of the Universe. He was the bee guy. There's Dustbrain, Hornhead, Fistface, Screaming Mimi. There's Bruise Brother, who looks a little bit more jolly than he did in his original toy. And Skullface. And you can get the ultra rare glow-in-the-dark Skullface. Yeah, what are the odds of that? Yeah, it seems you get like a little squishy Madball in this one. You guys know how I feel about blind bags and blind boxes if you watch my Steven Universe unbagging and unboxing videos. I think we'll be okay with this one. I don't really have high expectations for it, but just for the sake of argument, let's see which ones I really want to get. I kind of want to get Buzz Off, because that's one that I've never heard of. I don't remember if that was an original. I'm going to have to look that up later. Oh, I just noticed Fistface is also got a bit of a redesign. Oh man, that is that is messed up. The eye is in the wrist stump. Oh man, I kind of these are disgusting, but I kind of love them at the same time. Let's see what else. Wouldn't mind Slobulus. You know, the ones that I lost, like Skullface would be nice. I kind of actually really do hope I get the ultra rare glow in the dark Skullface. Oh god, there's so many to collect. Screw that. Expectations are through the roof. Let's go ahead and open these up and see what we get. All right, so first one, we get Slobulus. Oh, cool. I actually got one that I wanted. Wow. So he's the camera is picking him up as a very bright neon green. He's not that bright in real life. Oh my gosh, look at that eye. It's going down to his mouth. And the other one's just crossed out. I guess they tried to make these a little bit more cartoony, I guess. But they still got like stitches and gross slime and falling out eyeballs. I don't remember him having this little whiff of hair on top. Kind of looks like he kind of looks like Astro Boy if if he was a human and green and dead and gross. Let's see what we got on here. There's a number on here. TFC Just Play LLC made in China. There's a serial number. I think they mentioned something about some kind of thing on the. Why am I reading the torn one? Let's look at the other one. Collect all 13. Download your collector checklist at madballs.com. Check out. Madballs.com has new cartoons. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. I thought maybe it had like a little serial number on the bottom of it. I thought maybe that did something. If it does, nobody steal it. This is mine. Anyway, let's go ahead and open up another one. Let's see. Will we get the ultra rare skull face? Oh, Screaming Mimi, and he's getting away. Oh no, he's rolling down. He's rolling across the room. There he is. Oh wow. Oh, that is boy, that is a big old mouth, and he's got like green veins inside of it. Ugh. And, oh man, what is that? Oh, he got mysterious green ooze coming out the back of his head. And again, he's got the crossed out eyes. I guess, again, they're trying to go for a more silly look for these, but I feel like they didn't need to do that. By the way, these are very, very soft rubber. These are very squishy, not hard rubber like the originals. So I don't know if that means it'll it's a little more resilient. Maybe it'll last longer or something, or maybe it won't because it's softer. But yeah, he's all right. That's all right. So that's 3. Let's see who we get. With my luck, we'll probably get double. And we got Oculus, one of my favorites, with the inexplicable eyeball mouth now. Cool. He's really nice. Again, Oculus. There's something just really cool about the simplicity of Oculus. He's just an eyeball. But yeah, they didn't really need to give him a mouth. They didn't need to do that. What is weird is, I forgot to mention, there were a lot of other Madballs toys. There was a line of Madballs toys where they had bodies. Yeah, they had these little plastic action figure bodies, and you put these tiny Madball heads on top of it, and they had a trigger on it, and they'd shoot off. And some of them, looked pretty appropriate. Like they gave Screaming Mimi a baseball body, and the weird one was Oculus because his body was like just all red, muscly looking, and it was weird because he's an eyeball and he doesn't need to have a body. But anyway, it's just generally a weird toy line anyways. So yeah, those are the 3 I got. Not too bad. At least we didn't get any doubles. But yeah, I'm happy to see Madballs coming back. Let's get a close look at these guys. There they are, looking dead. Actually, they don't look like they're kind of lifeless. I think it's the X's through the eyes, which again I feel like they didn't really need to do, but they're all right. Again, it's just really nice to see a toy I kind of like make a comeback. Hopefully, a new generation will experience the wonder that is Madballs.